It's your boy, Quizzy, yo. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Quizzy, yo. Back with another video. I'm here today to show y'all how I build my Mermail deck, and I wanted to go into deep discussion with y'all about what some few options or like the way I build my deck. So the first thing I do is, like y'all see right now, I just choose a whole bunch of extra deck monsters. Even though if I don't use these have these extra deck monsters, the whole point is give me like some ideas like how I want to build my deck. So I use this as a guide, and like usually like that's where y'all wanna like. I know I want to explain a little bit more about my combos or how I come up with these combos. So first off, I know I probably don't have time, but I usually will take time reading cards, what they can do, or what they can can do, or like how easy they to make in the deck, stuff like that. So I usually this probably will over like what I didn't count on, probably over what 50 cards in each deck. I usually pick probably over 20 just for like a starter. So I usually just pick cards I think I can summon more often, and then from there I go back to my main deck. After I pick a few cards I think that is helpful, that's when I start building my main deck. Because I think the extra deck, for my way, like I said, the way I build Mermails is, like I said, I just use cards. But I but I don't choose cards during the format until after I build my deck. Because that's how you build a basic any kind of deck, but especially for Mermails. So I choose a few options, what cards I want to summon. So to the new players, if y'all want to like all these colors, these at seeds. At sea is a mechanic where you're gonna have 2 level 4s. So the stars is gonna be on the right, and as an example, like at sea is stars on the left. So to at sea summon, you gotta put these 2 together under this card. So you want to summon this card on top of these 2 cards, just like this. That's how you add seed summon. So for the white card, like synchro summon, you see where it says synchro. So what you need for a synchro is you need a tuner monster, say tuner on it, and you see the stars be 4 and 3, and then it equals 7. That's how you synchro summon. All right. Link summon. I'm just gonna choose one. For instance, I just choose Bislacia. So you see on the right hand bottom corner it say link 2. To link summon, it takes 2 monsters. Doesn't matter what the star level or not. It just takes 2 monsters. You just use these as material. So you link these 2 off. Link them to them off means you send these to graveyard, and you perform a link summon. And link summon goes up. It's some zones where it's a top hand corner. If y'all can look into it. If y'all don't know nothing about it, it goes up there. The red arrows mean you can open more link zones. So for instance, if I have this on the field, to summon this, it's gotta go right under where it's pointing to. It couldn't be right here in the middle. It gotta be a point to left or right. All link monsters have different zones. See how you can see these zones? So they got different zones. Alright, so now y'all know the basics. fusion monsters requires polymerization. Y'all probably seen that on the TV show, stuff like that. But now let's get right into a few ideas I come up with. So first thing off, how I will build my deck is I will go and scan and see what cards I want. So I was just gonna pick a few cards I think I might use. The possibility. So these are the cards I think I possibly can use. So I'm just gonna pick a few from each. And then I'll show y'all. So the cards left over, I'm just gonna put this to the side. So I cut it down by half. So that's the first thing I do. Now, as you can see, I picked like quite a stack. And so when I build a deck, yes, I say it's more than 15, but I chose a whole bunch, and this is where I base my deck off of. Even though it's more than 15, it's okay. It's a starter. Now, I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of cards out here so y'all can see. I can see how I build my deck. Alright, if y'all can see that. So that's some of the basics cards. And it's more Mermail cards like, you know, Best Turge or Best Mender, but those are some other Mermail cards. But as of right now, I always put cards that I think I can use or potential to use. Like, I don't use all these cards, but these is cards I think I can be able to use starting off. And these just like some other cards too, like y'all just want to see. Alright, so like I said, this is just so I just want to show y'all how, like, I'll just get a whole bunch of cards. It's probably more Mermail cards. I usually just go ahead and get the Manda and Turge, just for like ideas, like just so it give me some ideas like what I'm looking for. If I can find them, I'll put them in there so y'all can just see what I'm talking about. Alright. Here's some more idea cards. Here's the rest of them. Like cards like this. I'm just gonna move these to the side. Because for regular Mermail players, I just want to show you. These is other cards. Now, so y'all can see and put this in there. Now, this is a lot of different cars. So I use, like I said, I just do this when I build my deck. I just get a whole bunch of cards. This is for like a basic, like an outlook. Like so first off, you know, you want to look at your cards, and first thing I notice when I build my deck, no matter what, is I look for starter cards. So my starter cards is Prince and Diva. These are two cards. Let's get one y'all can read. So these are starter cards. Like Prince, he's the main core of the engine. He allows you to send a lantern. So basically, he lets you to send like Atlantic Dragoons. Like so, basically any lantern cards. So that's the base of. So he's saying like Atlantic Dragoons to graveyards, and you can add a lantern monster. So that's the whole base of a Prince. So he gets you. So basically how it works, like if I was want to build deck, so this card when sent to a graveyard by water monster effect, you can add any sea serpent. So you want cards that can work with each other. So your Mermail monsters is you got a sea serpent and you have a aqua. So when you see Dragoons, this gets Megalo. That's how you get Megalo in your hand. This is the only card I can search out Megalo is Dragoons. So you want ways to get to this card. So the way to get to this card is to have this card somehow. So the good thing about Dragoons, he can search Sea Serpent, and this is a Sea Serpent. So cards that in this is not once per turn, so you want to run 3 of this card. So no doubt about it, you want to run 3 Dragoons. Megalo, it requires 2 water to discard a special summon it. So if you run in pure Mermails and you like Megalo, you can run like 1 or 2 because the requirement. Now Tay is a little bit different. He requires 1 water monster to discard to special summon. And when he special summon, he allows you to add 1 level 4 Mermail monster. So basically, all those Mermails right here, all of these, you can except this one. He's not a Mermail, but he allows you to search out 4 lower Mermails, like Pike, Gun, and all these little ones. So that's how you, that's how you want to look. But these cards is not as good because of the format. So you want cards that get faster to these cards. So Diva can special summon like 3 or lower Sea Serpent, so it get the Prince. So that's always good. That's the reason why people should run 3. I don't think you should run less of that card. Tay should be at 3 because it's easy to summon. So another thing y'all want to know is you want cards can work out for each other. That's the next big thing. So when it comes to building, what I mean by cards have different utilities. So this would be a prime example. I want to show you a card that work with. They have different utilities with it. I'm not saying it's good in the deck or not. I'm going to show you what I mean by different utilities, like this card. So I want to show you how many utilities this cards have. So the first requirement, you can just normal summon this, or you can special summon this by discard water. Well, if you have cards like Abyss Gun, you can discard Biss Gun because Biss Gun said discard. So that's one utility you can use with White Stingray. Second, I forgot, when especially in the graveyard, it becomes a tuner. So, for instance, would be like, I'm gonna show you a lot of cards that works with this card. I'm just gonna put all the cards. So, for instance, so Savage is target 2 wild monsters with 15 or less, and what this is 14 attack. So you can get this back. So that's so you can use with one utility. The second utility is with this card. Well, you know, when it's linked summon for 2, you use 2 water monster. You can target 1 monster from your graveyard with 15 or less attack and special summon. So he happened to be 1500 or less attack, and I told you when he special summon, he becomes a tuner. So this card got utility with it too. So that's another card. We already know about Gun. I already told you. So that's 3 cards so far. White Stingray is good. Now this, when this card synchro summon, you can target 1 fish type from your graveyard and special summon, but it can't attack that turn. But guess what? White Stingray is a fish. And also, when I told you, when he gets special from the graveyard, he becomes a tuner. So that's another thing. What I was saying, it's really good. So that card have what, 4 cards that got utility work with. It really worked with. Next will be DC Arna. It said banish 1 water in your graveyard and add 1 level 4 sea surf from your deck. Well, if we run this card, the whole purpose is what cards we can put water to the graveyard. You know, so this is another card can put water monster first turn. So that's another utility why White Stingray is not as bad as for in standard and for in your deck. So like I was saying, you want cards can work off, have different utilities, because the more cards can work with different utilities, the better your deck will gonna run smooth with certain situations. Like I like Swap Frog. Swap Frog, he allows to discard water, so he's under 15 with surface. He can use with surface. So that's one good thing about it. He can be brought back with Core Enemy because he's 1500 less attack. That's good. He also can discard Gun because it said discard, and you can bring back a Mermail monster. So it's another utility with it. You can't bring him back with this or use him with this, but that's okay. He have his own purpose. He also put a water for DC Arna, so that's always a like good thing. So he fills your graveyard up. Let's see here. So see now y'all see what some ideas. So now this is probably over 50 cards, and like I told you, you want the basic. So what's the basic cards for Mermails would be, these be the basic cards. So you will want at least 1 or 2 Megalos, 3 Tayas, you want like 1, maybe 2 Pikes, maybe 1 Gun, a new card that can, then your Lanterns. You'll want 3, a card that can search any sea surf in your deck. So you want 3 of this. That would be the minimum. You want 3, no less. You want 3 Dragoons. Prince, the card that trigger your Lanterns to grave in hand. Like he triggered a lantern to the grave and he add a lantern. So you'll want 3 of this card. This is basically your starter card. You want 3 of these. So this is how my deck so far. So I choose. Next, you'll want more lanterns. This one pop face up cards when it's used by water monster effect. So, and also he allows you to addition normal summon. So that's always good. so you can dish normal summon, like normal summon, you can summon Prince. You see what I'm saying? It just allows you to dish normal summon any Sea Surfer. And Marksman, he's destroy set cards, so face down defense position or spell and trap cards, that's set. And if you take the opponent directly, you know you can special Lantern, so you can special Prince or Dragoons, so it's always good. Now for the Deep Sea Diva stuff, I would run 3Ds because it allows you to special summon the Prince from your deck, and you know it can special infantry if you don't have any more Prince targets. So definitely 3 Divas. Next, 3 DC. I will run 3 DC Minstrel. Currently, I'm running 2 in my build for a certain reason, but DC Minstrel is a new archetype, well, the new support that came out with it, and it's really good. And definitely consider this right here. I'm just messing around with DC Artsman. It's not bad as when it's added, you can look at your opponent hand by Walmart's effect. Like you can add this with Dragoons and use her effect, but whole purpose is, you know, she got other reasons. When she special summon, you know, she allow you to special summon 4 lower water monsters from your graveyard, and then you can mill 1 card from type of deck. Swamp Frog, I think this is really good. It allows you to make Totally Awesome, one of the cards I pick. If y'all ain't see, Totally Awesome. And it's helped just discard waters. It just really helps very well, you know. Moonland is a powerful card. When you have 5 waters exactly in your graveyard, you can special summon him, and you take 2 cards your opponent's hand. So to do that is by sending this in the grave. That's the only way you're going to add Moonglaze from your deck, unless you hard draw. Lapras, he's a really good card. He's a tuner, 5-star, and he can be added off Dragoons too. So my extenders so far, when my new build come, I'm definitely gonna run all 3 of these. Probably just be 1 each, because I like the utility, because I use the Synchro with this guy, and he just helps with DC Ardor and put cards for Pot of Avarice. So I'm not gonna talk too much about the main deck. I want to show you in the next video like what I came up with, but I am going to show you a few things. A few things about, like, if y'all want to know like what some of the cards I need to use, like if y'all want to, like, especially like hand traps, like if y'all want to see like what kind of hand traps we should be using, stuff like that. So like hand traps is really not needed starting off playing a game. The whole purpose is starting off your basics of some card ideas and lists you want to run in your deck. Because once you have a list and some options, it's always good to it'll be always good to, you know, because like I was saying, like when you have some ideas and stuff like that, it just helped really like these like rank 3s, rank 4s. So when I build a deck, I'll say I'll go for 1 or 2 rank 4s, because I don't want too many of these, because I know most of the times I'm gonna be making link 2s. The link 2s is where to go. Synchros, I like synchros that really does a lot. So like putting interruptions like Boar Savage and Dry Guy, those really good cards to summon. At Seas, you know, like Calamities. You know, Bisgayo's pretty good. And you know, I think Bahamut Shark is underrated because I know people don't like to run him, but the reason why Bahamut Shark is so good, if people understand, because he does 3 values for you. And what I mean by that is this. Say for instance, this is what I mean why he's so good. So you see when you SC, this how it becomes. When you SC Bahamut Sharks, and remember I told you when you detach Dragoons get his effect. As long as by a water monster effect, doesn't matter what way. So Dragoons will trigger. So you'll switch them to Toad, right? This is why these 2 cards. This is why this card's good. He'll trigger Dragoons. So he'll give you another free card. So I just say I get Prince, for instance. And he give you a monster on the field. A monster that negates monster spells and traps. Then he also give you link material. This one card summons something and give you a link material. So, and then when this disintegrates, you can add a water monster back. That's the reason why I like Bahamut Shark, because he's a free monster I can get rid of. So I wanted to tell you that. But so yeah, in my next video, I'm going to talk about more. My next, this is part 1. I want to have part 2. I want to have more discussions about in depth about Mermails, about a lot of things. How I become so good. How I know like a lot of combos, stuff like that. Yeah, cause I was like out of game for a little while because I was taking a break, and ever since I took a break from them 6 to maybe 8 months, I was literally like just training myself, learn about Mermails, cause I really started liking Mermails when Prince came to the scene. When this card came to the scene, this is when I started falling in love with Mermails. I never used to play Mermails back when this wasn't a thing. I wasn't a fan. But when Prince came in, I was definitely a fan. So that's how I'm definitely gonna tell you more stories about it. And I'm gonna go into more details for my next video, my next part. So yeah. So if you new to the channel and you enjoy the content, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If y'all got any questions, things y'all want me to talk about on my next discussion in depth, please comment below. I like the ideas and feedback y'all been giving me. It really helped me to give y'all some content y'all been looking for, and more in depth on, so I can especially touch on certain things y'all want to see or learn. I can show y'all how to really build a deck really good, or just for the basics. So your boy's out.